So this video is gonna be special. We're gonna see the developers of Diablo 4, the people who made this game, actually play it and talk about it. And word on the street is, this explains a lot.
Do we have any emotes?
I can taunt you.
Taunt me.
There are so many ways I can kill you.
That will be your
Level
last
50s?
stupid mistake. Hi, I'm Deanie. I am a senior dungeon designer on Diablo 4.
Howdy, I'm Josie, an associate designer on Diablo 4. What are we playing today, Deanie?
Okay, well, she has my haircut, and yeah, that explains a lot, I guess. And I'm not even gonna get into this mess.
So today, I wanted us to play Belfry Zakara, because it is pretty cool. Belfry Zakara is a dungeon that you find on the coast of Hawazar. It's
You can see that these are freshly made level 50s intentionally. Most likely because they don't have their own characters, because they don't play the game, obviously.
pretty cool, because it's the only dungeon that is got the kind of like Zac architecture going on, mixed with the lovely drowned themes all over the place. So it makes it like super unique and a super cool place to visit. The tile sets are basically the look of, like, they're all the different like looks of the dungeons that we have in the game. You know, your standard caves or your crypts, or in this case,
Okay, so she barely uses skills, and her footy bar is full, and yet nothing happens. Also, controller. Wow. Okay? In 1 minute, we see pretty much a great explanation why Diablo 4 is failing as a game. Because the developers obviously don't play it.
these are like Cathedral of Light themed or Zakara themed. Our dungeon artists have this really cool thing they can do where they can add themes to stuff to make it stand out. So we've got like gore if we want like body parts and stuff like that, or
More basic attacks.
like spider webs, things like that. This one, however, happened to get a drowned theme, and it is the only dungeon of its type in terms of art.
I think that
The only thing that happens is the leap is being used time to time.
actually the drowned match very well with the Belfry Zakara theme. Just due to the fact that what we'll find later is there
something
are
else got
bells going on in the dungeon, and so everybody knows that there are
Oh, not a basic attack, but it's progress.
bells, and for them to be in a church with the church bells, it fits very well.
Are you telling me there are bells in this belfry, Zakara?
Yes.
Oh, it's also fat.
Alright, Josie, tell me, what do you do?
So it's a little bit
Okay,
of,
so these two people need to be fired right there on the spot. I'm not gonna play it out. These two people literally need to be just flat out fired because they're useless. They do nothing. They add nothing.
level design with procedural creation with the tiles.
Oh, great! These are the people who maybe actually are responsible for the fact when you enter a dungeon, for 5 minutes you don't actually face any monsters for some stupid reason. When you go to the second part of the dungeon, guess what? You're also not facing monsters for like the first 5 minutes. And it's just a walk-in sim. Fired them!
Mentioned previously. And then other times we're working with encounters or like adding little goodies on where to spawn shrines, as we currently see. And every now and then there will also be cursed shrines, and that's a fantastic event Deanie actually created.
I had help.
Fire her double! Fire her family also! The cursed shrine events are the worst things in the game. It's probably the least functional thing ever. The cursed shrine event is like survive 5 waves of nothing, because every wave is just one big guy, one small guy. The next wave is one big guy, one small guy. The third wave is maybe 2 small guys, 1 big guy. The fourth one is 2 big guys, 2 small guys, and the fifth is maybe, if you're lucky, 3 big guys, 2 small guys, who all, by the way, die in 1 hit, and it's completely boring. People skip cursed shrines because they're that bad. And also, shrines are in general kind of super boring and dumb. You failed in everything! Okay? Oh, I need to let this out. You should always judge a book by its color. And by judging this book by its cover, it's kind of clear that you probably shouldn't let this anywhere near 1, children, 2, actual game design.
Oh, well, I mean, everybody has help. It's a collaborative. It's
literally
a collaborative
same.
job. People will create an initial dungeon, and then another dungeon designer will come in and then wind up basically giving both critique, and then also will make it better from there. And they'll understand, hey, this was like the core of the original idea, and keep that, and then we'll modify it to fit standards. For the rest of the game, on making sure, like, hey, killing all these monsters in this area is too large, so let's actually shrink it a bit. We still gotta go find another bell.
Yeah, we do a lot of play tests. So when someone has a dungeon ready, they'll be like, hey, can people play test my dungeon? And we actually have standing meetings specifically for.
I think she's lying.
Or like when someone has something that they want to have play tested, and we'll all get together and like play test it, and then we have a board where we keep like feedback and stuff like that. So
okay. Even if this is true, what good does it do? These people literally don't use skills. This is how like a 5-year-old toddler would approach this game. What good does it even do to playtest? They are clearly incapable of playing the game, so they can't. So even if something is blatantly bad, they will never be able to find it because they have no idea what they're doing. Thus, they have no idea what's good or bad because they're clueless.
People can have like notes or whatever, and we'll talk about like what was good, what was bad, like what kind, like when we'd offer like suggestions on like things that could change or things that could improve it, stuff like that. We try to involve as many people as possible. And then, like Josie said, usually at some point we tend to like swap designers on dungeons because collaboration is very important, and it also makes sure that like
we're literally seeing just basic attacks.
You know, if there's like bugs in the dungeon later, pretty much anyone can solve the bug because everyone is familiar with all the dungeons.
Exactly.
So it makes the process go a lot smoother.
Does it?
Oh, this is one of my favorite shrines. I love hopping around. And there's a bell. Okay.
Smash it.
The shrine is bad.
Oh, you did smash it. Well, fine. Smash it without me. See if I care. I think the biggest challenge for this one was actually more art, making it look good. But there were. I mean, some of it's also just like, you know, making sure it still like fits within like the area that it's in, and trying to find spots for those really big bells. Like we had to make sure that like those fit.
I don't completely understand the bells. The drowned bells seem something like, I don't know, from Elden Ring or, you know, Bloodborne or whatever. More than anything.
And making sure that usually our biggest challenges are trying to like reduce like backtracking as much as possible.
Yep.
And they failed at that miserably. Nice. Well, actually, they're slowly starting to do it properly, but when the game released, the backtracking was just abysmal. And still is in a lot of cases, by the way.
Because I know it's the biggest headache that everyone has, so we're always looking for ways to improve that kind of stuff.
So
yeah,
how did you wind up going into game design?
Oh gosh,
I don't care.
Long and storied question.
I literally don't care.
Be a game designer. Like it's been kind of
They're
my
gonna
dream
die
since the days of Nintendo. You know, back in like the 80s, you know, game design was kind of a like you had to know someone kind of thing.
They're gonna die, yeah.
So
they have no potions. I don't know how you can play the game this poorly.
I ended up giving up on that initially and went to school for architecture instead. Got through most of an architecture degree.
Yeah, I don't care about your life. I wish I knew less, honestly.
Realized this is really not what I wanted to do.
Well,
and then
the
game design
potion
programs started popping up all over the place. So I hopped into one
Stand in the explodey thing. Nice.
Those. I have died.
Hold on. Let me see if I can go get you.
Then, yeah.
This is World Tier 1, by the way. This is World Tier 1. Dying at a level 50 dungeon in World Tier 1. This is why Diablo 4 is a failure, because this is who made it. This is why I have been saying this, that No one at Blizzard actually plays their games, and the people who do play their games are so absolutely incomprehensibly bad at them, they might as well not play it. And this is why every single decision to nerf or buff or do whatever in Blizzard is done through Excel spreadsheets that are flawed from the beginning, by the way.
So then I went to a school for game design and learned the basics that I needed to know. Got myself an internship somewhere, and then the rest is history.
Nice.
So how about you, Josie? How did you decide that this was the thing that you wanted to do? Make dungeons full of monsters?
Funnily enough, I actually also went to a college of architecture, but underneath there, they actually had a visualization program, which included game design because, long story short,
Okay, so they're using the Diablo 4 official YouTube channel to just talk about their lives because they want attention. Adventures with a dev.
gaming software actually evolved from architecture software with like 3D rendering and whatnot. And so there, under their game design program, I was able to pick up a part-time job as a game designer, initially thinking I wanted to be an artist.
Which was a mistake.
But over time, I just fell in love with being able to design things and like putting
Ruin games.
things together and player interaction.
Yeah.
Really focusing on like experiences and making levels and environments that people have fun in. I
Yeah.
feel so like
I'm having so much fun in Diablo 4, I'm not even playing it. Wow.
elated just
10
due
out
to
of
the
10.
fact that being under NDA for so long, which granted I haven't been on this project as long as Beanie has, but being able to finally be able to tell friends like, oh hey, here's the game, go try it, and like tell me what you think, and being able
It's shit. Did they tell you it's shit? Because it's shit.
to see everybody just so happy with it and taking critique and like responding to it as fast as we can. Just overall loving to hear people boast about it and getting to basically flaunt like, hey, this is what I've been working on for the past long while.
My wife's family is huge on Diablo, so it's been
Is anyone surprised that she has a wife? I'm not. It's kind of blatant. You know what? Bring back the people who got that girl to commit suicide on that field trip because of an unlubed butt plug. At least they did a better job at making games. At least they were better at this. Because clearly, we're stepping one step forward, 20 steps backward at this point. What do we want from a Blizzard game when they're literally hiring based on, well, it looks like haircuts, honestly, at this point? What? What do we expect? Nothing.
a lot of them like asking me like where everything is and like
The next time I'm gonna be excited about the game, I'm gonna go look up the development team and just start Googling their names.
where all this stuff is hiding, which I'm like, well, I can tell you about the dungeons. It's about as far as I get. No, it's been pretty cool though. Like it's they don't often get together to play games, so they've got like a Discord server going, so it's kind of cool like watching them all like go through
Discord
and
server. Wow.
actually get together and like play the game together and stuff. So
Is
it's
anything
been kind of
gonna change here?
a mini family bonding moment.
I think the other thing
Right,
is like
something's
this game,
changing.
sure you don't step on or get pushed into by the waves rolling by.
Oh no,
But
it's
like
the same
that,
person.
BlizzCon demo back in, was it 2019 or whatever when we announced the game?
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think we have seen enough. It's like, this is a perfect explanation why the game is crap. Because the people behind it, one, don't play it. Two, when they play it, they are incapable of understanding what they are actually doing. And, well, that's honestly pretty much it. I guess now I understand why the people behind Final Fantasy XIV were forced to play World of Warcraft, so they understand what bad game design is, so they don't implement that game design into Final Fantasy to a degree. I kind of understand this. Blizzard can't do it because people who make their games don't even play games. Wow. eye-opening, honestly. Well, that's it. This was Quizzer Said. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't thought anything. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.